When YouTube goes down, what happens? Users report the same problems: blank pages, video previews not loading, slow playback, and random streaming errors. So, what actually causes a platform this massive to suddenly crash? The truth is, it usually comes down to a mix of complex technical failures and a few surprisingly small mistakes that can ripple through the entire system. Let's break down the most likely reasons YouTube goes offline. The first and most common cause is server or infrastructure failure. YouTube operates across massive data centers around the world, each packed with thousands of machines that store and deliver video content. If even one cluster fails due to overheating, hardware malfunction, or a power issue, it can cause streaming problems across multiple countries. Most of the time, these systems are designed with backups, but sometimes redundancy fails, and that's when things start breaking for millions of people at once. The second major cause is a network or routing issue. Think of YouTube as a web of connections. Data has to travel from their servers through the internet backbone, across content delivery networks, and finally to your device. If a backbone link is disrupted, or if a content delivery network misroutes traffic, users in whole regions can lose access in seconds. These types of issues are often behind partial outages, where YouTube works fine in some countries but completely fails in others. Another major reason is software bugs or bad deployments. YouTube is constantly being updated: small code changes, security patches, algorithm tweaks, you name it. But with billions of users and interconnected systems, even a single faulty update can bring entire features down. For example, one bug in YouTube's API or authentication system could prevent the main app, YouTube Music, and YouTube Studio from working all at once. Next is overload, or a sudden spike in traffic. Whenever major global events happen, breaking news, massive live streams, or viral videos, millions of people might hit YouTube at the same time. If the traffic exceeds what local servers can handle, playback can slow down or stop completely until systems rebalance. It's rare, but during massive global moments, even YouTube can struggle under the load. Another hidden cause is configuration errors or misrouting. These are often the result of simple human mistakes: an engineer pushing an incorrect DNS update, a misconfigured load balancer, or a wrong security rule in the network gateway. It sounds small, but one bad configuration can prevent the entire site from being reached worldwide. In fact, some of the biggest internet outages in history, not just on YouTube, but across the web, came from small typos or bad routing commands. And finally, there's scheduled maintenance and systems syncing. Sometimes YouTube deliberately takes systems offline for upgrades or testing, especially in the early hours of certain regions. Normally this happens quietly without users noticing, but when something goes wrong during maintenance, it can cause a chain reaction that leads to a full outage. So what happens when things break? When outages hit, Google's network engineers go into emergency response mode. They identify which systems are failing, reroute global traffic, and attempt to restore stability. These teams often fix small-scale outages within minutes, but larger network or software-level failures can take hours to fully recover. In short, when YouTube goes down, it's usually not a single problem. It's the chain reaction of hardware, software, and network systems that all depend on each other. From broken servers and buggy updates to overloaded traffic and tiny configuration errors, every part of the system has to work perfectly to keep billions of videos streaming every second. So, if YouTube isn't loading for you, don't panic. It's not your Wi-Fi, and it's not your phone. It's one of the biggest systems on the internet, doing what it always does when something goes wrong, fixing itself behind the scenes, so your next video can start right where it left off.